Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing in BI. Make sure you hit that like on the way in, hit the share, and subscribe to the channel. Hitting that like helps with the algorithm, spreads the message far and wide, and helps build our community here. Let's take a look at the Paribus blog update from February 4th, 2022. Next generation borrowing and lending. Paribus borrowing and lending update. Careful consideration and focus on our community will allow Paribus platform to succeed long term. This article provides additional details about our protocol and our vision. Let's take a look at the Twitter sentiment here. Now we just need some real exchanges. KuCoin is a top 5 SEX. How is that not a real exchange? My response, Moon Boy, want Binance and Coinbase. Moon Boy. You're going to start hearing that name more and more, the Paribus Moon Boy. Where can you buy the token? What exchange? So we got people jumping in here, helping out new people, helping onboard. What a nice, lovely community we have. I love this project. I love it too. Staking mine now. Staking is a great incentive. Someone asks how to stake. Let's take a look and see what we do. You're going to need to add PBX token to your MetaMask wallet so you can see your funds added to the wallet. Here's the contract address. Always verify address for yourself, though. Excellent point. I would go as far as even sending them a link to the CoinGecko page and telling them how to verify the contract address. But nonetheless, very neat, very, very wholesome community we have. And check it out. Diamonds, Windmill Cometa. Cometa is coming soon, actually. They're going to be launching soon. Let's take a look at the blog post. Paribus, next generation borrowing and lending. As we move closer to the launch of the Paribus MVP in Q1, we continue our series of articles looking at how the MVP will work, along with some of the more general concepts of borrowing and lending cryptocurrency. First, let's look at why someone would want to use borrowing and lending platform. For those currently enrolled in the Paribus staking program, the benefit of lending or staking are self-evident. If you're not planning on selling your tokens for a while, it makes sense to put them to use generating passive income. This is how the lending side of Paribus will work for people who want to lend their tokens to a pool. As Dennis, our CEO, explains, participating in borrowing and lending systems essentially create an additional layer of abstraction that can allow already owned funds to create more funds, which work for you by generating passive income. Passive income is key to rapidly growing net worth over time. And we've got a little glass jar here, a little mini mason jar with a little flower sprouting there. One aspect of abstraction that Dennis mentions is about distancing your emotions from your trades, and that's where both sides of a borrowing and lending platform help users. We've all experienced the rampant fear in the market over the past few months, and there's always the question as to whether to sell and buy other tokens. There have been several studies looking at various approaches to such as timing the market versus hodling. Getting into a project early and hodling onto your tokens always outperforms every other strategy. But it's hard to have diamond hands when you're surrounded by influencers telling you a different token will be the next 100x gem. This is where the borrowing side of our MVP comes in. Instead of having to sell your tokens, you can use them as collateral to then buy more tokens in whatever project you want. As Dennis continues, many investors' trading strategies involve continually accumulating cryptocurrency. Acquiring a loan can give a trader additional capital to further invest while keeping their current funds untouched. A question we often get is, how will the MVP work in terms of the conditions borrowers will be required to meet, collateral levels, and so forth? Wilson, our COO, says, the main condition of borrowers will be having collateral. We will set minimum collateral levels to be 120% of what you're looking to borrow initially to account for market volatility. Interest rates are dynamic based on a given pool's utilization rate. We will also introduce special rates to PBX holders so they can borrow at lower rates where possible. Another area people wonder about is liquidation, as we often hear of leverage cascades causing a market to plummet rapidly. Wilson covers this point too. Borrowers will get notified at various checkpoints. When their collateral drops below 120%, notifications will be sent out. It is mainly up to the user to track and trace what they owe, as it's in their best interest to close the debt without liquidations. Simon, our CTO, adds, traders may be a little more familiar with stop losses rather than loan closeouts. In this regard, the closest concept to stop loss is the collateralization percentage. You will need to, at very minimum, have 120% collateral, but the system will recommend keeping it above 150% where possible to stop liquidation in the event of cascading liquidations across the market in Paribus protocol. Finally, in the crypto space in general, there's been an increase in focus on the background of a project members due to some dramatic instances of people having technical experience but lacking more fundamental business skills. Fortunately, at Paribus, we're blessed with a core team that not only understands the crypto space but also traditional finance and business, and that is very big. So I definitely understand what they're talking about here. Have a lot of great projects that make some really, really suspect decisions. Not going to name any, but I talk about it a lot in the trading group, the trading channel. As Dennis points out, I've worked in finance firms and understand the level of regulation and compliance required from the tech side for institutions. This is always in the back of my mind as we gear towards Paribus Pro. The combination of software and business experience is vital for the specific crypto project we are creating at Paribus. Understanding the pitfalls and shortcomings of traditional finance from behind the scenes allows us to avoid these types of problems when building our product. Blockchain technology helps tremendously in designing a system that naturally overcomes many of the problems with the traditional finance sector. And this is, people are talking a lot about the Paribus Pro, and one of the mods in the official Telegram group. Again, if you want to jump in that official Telegram group, the description has a link to that Telegram group, so jump down there, and also the link to the traders. But they talked about Paribus Pro, maybe offering some additional services. This is where my hopes and dreams, or my hopium, so to speak, kind of kicks in. I believe, for this platform to perform to the level of the competition out there, like Compound, Aave, things of that nature, we're going to need a lot of cash inflow. I believe with it being built on Ethereum, that gives the advantage to Paribus. Also having the ability to allow operation across multiple chains, such as Cardano, to save on lots of fees, and to onboard lots of retailers. But we are definitely going to need institutions to make this thing explode, and I believe that's what they're preparing for. Again, not financial advice. This is just my research for the community that I'm building here, and I hope you find this information useful. And if you do, go ahead and hit that wallet in the description, hit that like, hit that share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.